Hey friends!
What's up, pals?
It's Munder.
It's Munder, unless you're watching this later in the week, in which case it's
any other day of work. We're doing chapter 27 today.
It's the title of the chapter is a hot issue with the teen audience of the Twilight Saga.
Chores.
Ew, chores.
Ew.
We're escaping the ballet studio after saving Bella successfully, even though she's very broken and f***ed up.
Yes. We're on our way to the hospital.
Yay! We're back in the spicy car. We're back in the Cayenne.
Do we have time to Alice begin?
No!
Carlisle interrupted. No, Bella needs blood immediately.
She needs blood like now.
Immediately. Immediately.
Junior girls report to the gymnasium immediately! Immediately!
All junior girls report to the hospital.
Immediately!
Is Bella a June?
Yeah, they're juniors right now.
Cute. Alice sighed. She's got a lot of chores to go through, and she wanted to sneak something in before the hospital, but they're just gonna have to go straight there.
They're just gonna have to go straight there. If they went to the hospital first, things got more complicated. Another complication.
Probably a good idea to do that, but we
Probably a
don't have
good
time.
idea, but there's no time, Alice. So
Stay out of it!
even though this is really her chapter to shine, as we'll see, let's get into it. Carlisle sat beside me in the backseat of the Cayenne, fingers pressed lightly against Bella's carotid artery.
It's corroded. I'm not sure.
Carotid artery.
Carotid artery. It's rotted.
Ew.
Carlisle sat beside me in the backseat of the Cayenne, fingers pressed lightly against Bella's carotid artery, one hand supporting her head.
Her splinted legs stretch out across Emmett's thigh on the other side of me, just being touched by all the Cullen men.
Emmett stared out the window, trying not to think about the blood drying all over Bella, Carlisle, and me. Trying not to think about what I had just done, the impossibility of it, the strength he knew he didn't have. Because Emmett killed both of the people that smelled really tasty to him.
Yeah.
So
Although
he's like,
I'm giving Emmett credit because, like,
yeah.
he didn't have all this time to, like, decide not to do it. He was just like, oh, I'm gonna do it.
I'm just gonna do it.
For all the that they give Emmett and Jasper, but mostly Jasper, like, Jasper's been fine the entire time.
They've
he
been
has not
doing great.
frenzied.
They've been doing
once.
great. Yeah.
They've been doing great.
Good job. Like, keep it up.
Gold star.
Proud of you.
Cullen family, stop not giving yourselves the credit that you deserve, okay?
You deserve it.
Love yourself.
Get yourself a treat.
Although we
You
all know
deserve
Emmett
it.
loves himself.
Yeah. Oh. Instead, he mulled over his dissatisfaction with the fight because, honestly, he, like, had the tracker.
Like, honestly, he had the tracker. Totally contained, though the tracker fought and squirmed and thrashed to avoid Emmett's crushing arms.
Emmett just hugs him to death?
Yeah, he's literally like,
Break!
smash. There was no chance any of the struggle could have helped him, and Emmett was already breaking him when Jasper lunged into the blood-drenched room. Jasper, mangled and ferocious, eyes sharp and empty at the same time.
Ooh, multifaceted.
Yeah.
Very talented.
Looking like some forgotten god or incarnation of war, projecting an aura of pure violence. And the tracker had stopped trying. In that fraction of a second when he saw Jasper for the first time, but Emmett didn't know that.
Oh, because Jasper was doing camouflage at the baseball game, so the tracker's never even seen.
Oh my god, wait, I didn't even put that together. Didn't they, like, mention that he was around?
Yeah, but Jasper was camouflaging himself.
Like, making himself boring, not,
yeah,
like, fully
mooting
visible.
everybody
Yeah, yeah.
bored.
Yeah.
So the tracker's never even seen him, and then when Jasper goes full scary on him, he's like,
Like,
oh,
whoa, another one.
another one.
Where'd they get this guy?
Where'd he come from? Jasper just, like, mooted himself a surprise.
For the first time, but Emmett did not know that, he'd surrendered to his fate. No matter that his fate was sealed once Emmett had gotten his hands on him, this was what demoralized him. It was driving Emmett crazy.
Jasper, like, just took his kill from him.
Yeah. He's like, I'm literally the one who has his arms around you, crushing you to death.
Like, I got him.
Yeah, and you're scared of that other guy?
Come on, man. I'm so scary and strong.
I'm literally crushing you right now.
Like, come on. Tell me I'm pretty. Wait, you don't think I'm scary? I'm scary. I'm a scary one. That's me. Yeah, like Rosalie. Pretty and scary, the Emmett and Rosalie vibe.
Cute.
Love it.
Cute. Jasper's in the driver's seat. His window cracked to the hot, dry outside air. Though, like Emmett, he wasn't breathing. Alice sat beside him, directing everything. The turns, lanes to travel in. So she's telling him all the turns to make while also going through this very elaborate plan of all the chores she has to do.
So many
multitasking
chores.
queen.
And a GPS. Good job.
Make her a wedding planner.
Oh my god.
Foreshadowing.
Well,
she does it. She plays
the wedding. Although Alice was monitoring every facet of this drive, her mind was in a dozen different places, finding ways through the necessary errands in front of her, working through the consequences of every choice available. Alice is having a bunch of different visions, trying to see which plan is going to work out the best, so she's looking at all the different decisions that they could possibly decide on deciding. So,
I'm the decider.
I'm the decider.
But I'm the decider, and I decide what is best, and what's best is for
Edward Cullen
to remain
in his fucking lane.
Ew.
She saw the day ahead as clearly as if it were happening, and I saw it all too. First, Jasper would drop Carlisle, Bella, and me at St. Joseph's. There were 2 closer hospitals, but Carlisle insisted. He knew a surgeon there who would vouch for him.
Carlisle's like, I can prove that I'm a doctor because I know other doctors.
Yeah. His urgency and Bella's ashen complexion, though her heart continued steady and strong, made it difficult for me to do much besides silently panic and curse our circumspect spade. She'll be fine, Alice growled quietly at me. When she saw I was about to complain again, she literally sees like a future of him being like, "Oh, I'm annoyed." She's like,
oh, I'm gonna nip that in the bud. She's fine.
She's fine. I don't know if you know this about me, but I see the future.
Yeah, and you're being so anxious unnecessarily because I can see that she's going to be literally fine.
Fixed.
Done.
Fine. She shoved a picture into my head of Bella sitting up in a hospital bed, smiling, though she was covered with bruises. That's not the literal quote, but I caught her slight deception though. And when exactly is this? A day or 2, okay? 3 tops.
It's fine. Relax.
My panic skyrocketed as I processed that. 3 days! Carlisle didn't have to read Thots to understand my expression. She just needs time, Edward. Her body needs to rest to recover, and so does her mind.
She's like gonna be okay. Like she's been through
Yeah, she has some broken ribs that need to heal. I don't know if you know like how casts work. Also, I just feel like the fact that Alice sees that she's going to be fine should immediately like calm Edward down.
But Edward's never satisfied. He's just constantly anxious. And this is why Stephenie Meyer is quoted as saying she hated writing this book because she hated being inside Edward's anxious mind all the time.
Yeah, well, she didn't have to make him that way.
Yeah, like you created your own problem. Like this is the definition of like making up a guy and then getting mad at a fight that you never had.
Yeah, Steph!
But thank you for reading it. It's a great, we love it.
The hospital Alice saw would be tricky. They were in a stolen car, linked to another stolen car, and a 27 car pileup on the 101.
27 car pileup in chapter 27.
I mean, she got to pick the numbers.
She did.
It could be any amount.
Steph, did you do it on purpose?
You did it.
Did you do it on purpose? You did it. You did, didn't you, girl?
Girl.
I knew it. Oh,
We
bitch.
see you.
Good
We
job.
see you. We hear you. There were multiple cameras around the emergency entrance. If we could just stop to switch to a better vehicle, something close enough to the rental Alice would acquire later, it was only a matter of 15 minutes or so, just a short detour, and she knew exactly where to look.
I growled.
And she sniffed once without looking at me.
Rawr!
It never gets less annoying, Emmett grumbled internally.
This is a callback to chapter 4 when Alice had the vision of the prophecia, and then Edward reads her mind and is like, no! And Emmett's like, what is going on? Emmett can't read minds. He's like, this is so annoying!
Guys, I hate being excluded, you guys.
This is not fun.
Never in on the joke.
Never in on the joke.
She had to check into a hotel and create a scene of violent injury stat. Because it was supposed to have happened before we arrived at the hospital.
So for continuity purposes, for this timeline, she's got to fake an injury that Bella had so that they can explain why they're at the hospital.
That was obviously urgent. But first, she needed blood.
The blood should be quick. When I burst through the emergency room doors looking like someone had thrown a bucket of crimson paint at me and with a motionless body in my arms, it was going to cause something of a stir. Every able-bodied staff member within 100 yards of the emergency entrance would be running to meet us within seconds. Great job at disability inclusion.
But also, every able-bodied staff member, like, don't they have other people to deal with? They're all just like, drop everything. She's passed out. Go.
Surgeons, like, in the middle of an operation are like, what? Bella Swan is here.
She's covered in blood. A guy has like a literal like rod in his arm being like, hey, I got here first. Baby? But we need to save Bella. She's so clumsy.
She's so clumsy. If Edward makes that scene, then it will cause a distraction and Alice can slide in behind Carlisle and walk purposefully past the front desk. No one would question her. She could see that.
Because she's that white woman.
And then it was simply a matter of darting to the emergency wing's blood storage room through a closing door. So she's gonna Do it.
Give me your hoodie. Careful not to jostle Bella's leg, Emmett yanked the sweatshirt over his head and tossed it to Alice.
So careful.
It was remarkably clean, especially compared to Carlisle's and my clothes. Alice shrugged into the enormous sweatshirt. It pooled around her tiny body, and yet somehow there was an air of avant-garde about it. Alice can pull off anything.
Fashion queen.
Yeah, no, she's like Mary-Kate and Ashley, just like skeletons in blankets, looking amazing. Prune. Alice looks really good in this airport shop hoodie.
Good for her.
I bet she looks really good.
I bet she looks gorgeous.
I bet she looks so good.
I bet she looks amazing.
Better than anyone would ever look in anything.
Stunning. Gorge.
What's Bella's blood type? She asked Carlisle. Oh, positive. So some good had to come from Bella's accident with Tyler's van. At least we knew this.
So that's kind of a full circle moment.
Yeah.
Leave enough for Bella, I cautioned. Like Alice is gonna take all the O positive at the hospital's blood bank.
Yeah, she twisted in her seat so that I could see her roll her eyes, then turned back and kept planning. Emphasize, italicize, bold, underline, you're being stupid.
Oh my god, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Edward.
Put him in his place.
She would choose a hotel near the hospital to make the timing less conspicuous. Genius. As she decided, she saw the hotel she wanted just a few blocks south. It wasn't someplace she would ever actually stay. Of course. But it'll do for the Grizzly tableau. She's like, I only stay at Waldorf Astoria.
Yeah, why would I stay in a hotel for poor people?
Yeah, no. It felt like watching in real time as she ran through the check-in.
Here's the plan.
Alice strides into the modest lobby of the hotel. The woman at the desk is alone. She looks up, not very interested at first, but then she processes Alice's stunning face.
She's like, oh, hi, cutie. You're so pretty.
What?
Welcome to my hotel.
She stares with awe, barely noticing that Alice's hands are free. But Alice looked dissatisfied. Can't have that.
Nope. So we're gonna rewind. Now
we need a bag. The vision rewinds. Alice is back in the hospital, exiting the blood bank with her pockets full of 4 cold, quietly sloshing bags.
Just 4, Edward. It's fine.
She makes the shortest detour, ducking into a curtained-off treatment area. A woman sleeps, her vitals beeping on the monitors behind her. There's a sack with a woman's belongings, and beside it, a blue duffel bag. Alice takes the bag and returns to the hallway. The detour adds only 2 seconds to her trip.
Super speedy, just to like steal a woman in a coma's bag.
Yeah, a sick woman's duffel bag.
Okay.
Rude.
Couldn't you have stolen a sick man's duffel bag? Like,
Yeah, Alice.
come on.
Feminism.
Come on.
Alice is back in the hotel lobby. She wears no sweatshirt, and the duffel bag is slung over her shoulder. The woman behind the counter does her double take.
She's beautiful.
There's nothing wrong with the picture now. Alice asks for 2 rooms, double occupancy for one, single for the other. She puts her driver's license, not a fake, on the counter with a credit card in her own name. She chatters about her companions, her father and her brother, who have gone to find covered parking for the car. The woman starts typing on her computer. Alice glances at her wrist. It's spare.
Can't have that. I need an accessory.
The vision pauses.
Not good enough. We have to rewind. Now we
Jasper, I need your watch. He held out his arm, and she took the bespoke breguet, a gift from her, off his wrist. The watch hung loose against her hand. She wore it like a bangle bracelet, and it looked perfect. She could start a trend.
Oh my god.
Alice wearing a watch that's clearly too big. She could never check the time. It's just like, and
Always like,
can I?
But also I love that Alice gave Jasper this watch because she probably had a vision that was like, I'm gonna get to wear this someday, so like I'm gonna do it bespoke for like me.
Yeah. No, it's like Edward's shirt that she bought him for
The date.
the meadow
For the
date.
date.
She's like, I don't know why, but
think
he's
I'm
gonna
gonna
need
need
this.
this.
The vision resumes. Alice looks at the watch dangling in such a chic way from her wrist.
So chic, so fashion.
Her tiny wrist, just like, it looks so good. It's only 10:50, she says to the woman. Your clock there is fast. The woman nods absently, typing the time Alice has just fed her into the reservation.
But was it actually?
No, I think she was lying.
She's lying so that the continuity.
Finally, the woman hands her 2 sets of key cards and writes down the numbers. They both start with a 1. 106 and 108. Unacceptable!
Unacceptable!
The vision rewinds. Zoo! Whoosh! Now we're
Alice walks into the lobby. The woman behind the counter does her double take. Alice asks for 2 rooms, double occupancy for one, single for the other, second floor, please, if it's not too much trouble. No trouble at all. We have no one staying here. She puts her cards on the counter. She chatters about her companions. The woman starts typing in her computer. Alice corrects the time. Alice waits. The woman hands her 2 sets of key cards. She writes down the numbers 209 and 211. Alice moves at human speed until she's in the stairwell.
She moves at human speed and then she takes it to mortal speed.
Alice ducks into both rooms, dropping the duffel bag in the first, and turns lights on, closes curtains, puts out the do not disturb signs, blood bags in hand. She flits down the empty hallway to another stairwell. Pew! She pauses at the landing in the middle of the flight. There is no one near the exit outside. This is a deserted hotel.
No one's staying there. It's ugly and dumb.
Reminder, no one's here.
Reminder, this hotel sucks.
Nobody goes here. Alice dials her phone. Sound the horn for 3 seconds.
Or like taps.
An obnoxiously loud klaxon rises from the parking lot.
What is a klaxon?
I'm assuming it means horn or loud sound. Look it up.
Probably. An electric horn or similar loud warning device.
Electric.
Klaxon. So they lay on the horn so that no one can hear Alice smash the window.
Yeah. Alice hurls herself down the stairs, curling like a bowling ball. Alice pulls a full Sonic.
She's Sonic, just
She smashes through the dead center of the tall window. The window's so tall. The glass lands on the sidewalk and gravel, some of it flying all the way to the pavement of the parking lot. Put up a parking lot. Ooh, ba, ba, ba. Ooh, ba, ba, ba.
Pretty paradise, put glass on the parking lot.
Ooh, ba, ba. It creates a pattern like a sunburst, glittering in the white shine from above.
Beautiful.
Beautiful roller coaster ride.
And the fast lane putting this glass all over the parking lot.
Alice retreats to the shadow of the door. She flings the contents of one bag so it sprays out like a fan, like the glass. The next 2 she pours onto the edge of the sidewalk, letting it pool up and soak it to the concrete and run onto the pavement.
She's like,
It's like the orange cat in
Aristocats.
Yes, doing the
She's that's not Toulouse, is it? It's
No,
Toulouse.
is it Toulouse? I thought Toulouse was. Oh, it's Berlioz.
Berlioz is the black one.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's Toulouse from the Aristocats.
Blood on the face. The horn goes silent. Alice dials again.
Pick me up. Pick me up. Pick me up and pick me up. Pick me up and pick me. Say my name and pick me up right now.
The Cayenne appears almost immediately. Alice dashes through the sunlight to duck into the back, the last bag of blood clutched in her hand. And then I was back in the present with her. What? Whoa. Alice was satisfied with how that section would play out. She turned her attention to the next parts. None of it as much fun, but all still vital.
Fun, I scoffed. She ignored me.
I'm sorry, I'm choosing to find what little joy I can.
No, let me have my fun. Back to the airport. She chooses a white Suburban from the rental counter. Alice drives the Cayenne. She's having an easier time with the scent than Jasper and Emmett. They follow at a distance in the Suburban. She finds a car wash called Deluxe Detail.
Only the best.
Including this detail of the car wash name is a deluxe detail in itself. Warns the boy at the counter, who is staring mesmerized at her face, that her niece threw up a bunch of tomato juice in the back seat.
Blood does not look like tomato juice whatsoever. Like, tomato juice would honestly probably dry a little orange.
Yeah.
And blood is just gonna be like thick, dark, sticky, red.
Ew.
But like when you're hot, you can just get away
When
with
you're hot, you
anything.
can get away with anything. This boy is like, wow, pretty.
Tomato.
I'll do whatever you say, tomato lady. And when she's at the car wash, she gives the name Mary, which is like foreshadowing. We are about to learn from James's video was her real name as a human was Mary Alice Brandon. I feel like she touched the video camera and like learned it a little bit, means that like she now has this name just in her mind. She doesn't really know why, but like very cool, very cool.
Well, I feel like she did like see, like when she touched it, she kind of
like,
saw
got,
everything
snippets.
and like is aware of it, but she like had to put like the emotional baggage and like actually
For
thinking
Edward's
about
sake.
it aside.
Yeah.
But like, so she knows that that was her name. And now she's like, I don't know, like, I guess
It's
I'll
kinda
use
cute.
it.
I'll just like try it out. But anyway, very cool. Very cool. She calls the hotel after the first 15 minutes have passed. She apologizes to the same woman at the front desk, her voice frantic. A visiting friend, a horrible accident in the back stairwell, the window, the blood. Yes, she's at the hospital with the friend now, but the window, the glass. Someone else could get hurt. Oh. She has to go. They're going to let her in to see her friend, but thank you. So sorry.
I'm like so sorry. This woman's like, oh my God, I never have to do anything.
First night clock was wrong and now someone died here.
I have to get up from this desk. Oh no. She's got those like long fake nails, like picking up tiny shards of glass. I'm gonna have to get these redone.
Alice sees that the woman at the desk will not call the police. She will call management. That will be the story when the legal papers are served. They cleaned up the evidence for safety's sake. They will wait in miserable suspense for the lawsuit that never comes. It will be more than a year before they start to believe their amazing luck.
What luck. What luck. This is why they picked such a shitty hotel.
Yeah, because they were like, we cannot afford a lawsuit. The detailing done, Alice examines the back seat. There is no visible evidence. She tips the technician. Then it's time for a shopping trip with the boys.
Let's go to the mall today.
Jasper and Emmett follow her to a mall in downtown Scottsdale. She parks the Cayenne on the 3rd floor of a huge parking garage. It will be 4 days before the security guard reports the abandoned vehicle. So the character arc of the Cayenne is now complete.
Goodbye, Anne.
Bye. Goodbye. Goodbye, Anne. Thank you for your service. Alice and Jasper go shopping while Emmett waits in the rental car.
I don't do shopping.
I don't shop.
Shopping's for girls.
Alice buys a pair of tennis shoes and a busy Gap, the outfitters of the early 2000s.
Yeah, the most popular place to shopular. She buys Emmett a t-shirt then hoodie that actually fits him. So it's just contoured to every bump in his body.
Oh my God. She buys 6 large bags of clothes in her size, Carlisle's size, Emmett's size, and my own. She uses a different ID and credit card than she used at the hotel. Jasper acts as a Sherpa for her. But it's not a Sherpa, it's a Shimpa.
A Sherpim.
A Sherpim. Finally, she buys 4 suitcases that don't match, because why would a family have matching suitcases?
No. If they match, everyone would be like, what the f?
Guys. Fraud? She fills the new suitcases with the new clothes. I guess it's just a cover for them to be on planes and shit, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. She throws her bloody shoes in a dumpster on their way out.
Bye. Throwing those bloody shoes down in a dumpster.
There are no rewinds or replays. Everything goes perfectly smoothly. No more rewinding. The plan is set.
Set in stern.
The decisions have been made. The future is crystal clear. They're gonna get away with it.
Yay.
Jasper and Alice drop Emmett off at the airport. He takes one of the carry-on suitcases.
They find Carlisle's Mercedes where they left it in the parking garage. Jasper kisses Alice and starts the long drive home.
Bye, baby.
So Jasper's driving the Mercedes back home. They don't need him anymore.
Bye.
He's done. His work is done. He carried the bags. Bye.
Done.
Once the boys are gone, Alice empties the last unit of blood into the back seat and floor of the rental car. She takes it to a do-it-yourself car wash outside a gas station. It will be raining when Emmett lands in Seattle.
Shocker.
Something different. Only a half hour till sunset. A taxi will take it to the ferry. It will be easy for him to slip into the Puget Sound, ditching the suitcase in the water, and then swimming and running. It will be just 30 minutes until he gets to the house. He'll take Bella's truck and immediately head back to Phoenix.
After littering in the river?
Yeah.
Dropping a suitcase? What? Ew. Also, if that suitcase washes up on the shore, people are gonna be like, there's a body in there.
No, yeah, that literally happened recently. They're like, oh, a suitcase, oh, a body. Alice frowned at that idea because the future's actually not set in stone. She doesn't like that decision. We're redoing this one.
No, rewind.
Because the truck is way too slow.
The truck is incredibly slow.
It's so slow and cute.
Bella's old, gross truck that's honestly a metaphor for her humanity, but
So we can't do that. Don't like that. When Alice's visions were detailed like this, it was easy to lose track of what was happening in the moment. She was better at acclimating back and forth than I was.
Because they're still in the car on the way to the hospital. She's just seeing all the future as it's in the present, and Edward's reading her mind, so he's like, where the am I?
Alice opened her phone again and dialed a number. She was swimming in Emmett's sweatshirt.
Swimming. Jasper's watch dangling from her wrist.
So big.
Alice dials Rosalie.
Rose? In the tight, quiet space, we could all hear Rosalie's panicked voice. What's happening? Emmett's
fine.
Where's the tracker? The tracker's out of the picture. Rosalie gasped audibly. Because this is like big news.
Big news.
Big news.
Rosalie's just been chilling with Charlie and like making sure that Victoria doesn't get him and has not been clued into the fact that they won.
Yeah, she hasn't heard from them in however long like the flight was. I don't think they called her after they landed unless
there was no time.
Here, babe. I got your phone right here, babe. I need you to rent a flatbed tow truck, Alice instructed. Or buy one. Whatever's faster. We're so rich. Something with some kick. Load Bella's truck and meet Emmett in Seattle. His flight lands at 5:30. Emmett's coming home? What happened? Why am I towing that ridiculous truck? For a brief moment, I wondered why Alice was sending Emmett home at all. Why not let Rosalie just bring the truck here? It was the obvious solution. And then I realized that Alice couldn't see Rosalie helping us in that way. And I felt an ice-cold wave of bitterness as the reminder. Rosalie had made her choice. Go ahead. Make your choice.
If you want to save your girlfriend, I won't help you at all. Will I help you?
No, I won't. That's so shady that like Alice like she didn't even think it because Edward would have like seen her thinking that, but she just like knew that Rosalie wasn't going to help. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm stubborn. Like,
God, Rosalie. I won't.
She wants to sit indignantly looking out one of their huge windows at the river. Sluice.
Sluice. Rosalie's got an ice cold heart. Vivian's is the only got an ice I want.
Don't worry about it, Alice said curtly. I'm just cleaning up the loose ends. Emmett will give you all the details. Let Esme know it's over, but we'll be detained for a bit. She should stay near Bella's father in case the redhead, Rosalie's voice went flat. She's coming for Charlie. Rosalie also was like, oh, like we're not done yet. Like the fight is still going on.
We're still in battle
and
mode.
she doesn't want Esme to get hurt either. So she's like, oh my God, wait, the redhead is still here. Like we're still on high alert. Like, okay. No, I don't see that.
No.
Alice says. But better safe, right?
Then sorry.
Hurry up, Rose. You've got a deadline.
And then Rosalie says, you're such a brat. Rosalie the brat says you're such a brat.
Yeah, what? Calling the kettle black or whatever. Yeah. Spider-Man meme. Ugh.
Yeah.
Brat. Alice disconnected the phone. Well, Emmett will get to keep the clothes at least. I'm glad. They're going to look amazing on him. Yeah, the generic khakis and Gap sweatshirt's gonna look
so good on Emmett.
So good.
So fashion, so chic. He
Yeah.
could start a trend.
Yeah.
Emmett was pleased with the call, happy to know he would be with Rose in just hours and she would get his side of the story. No reason at all to mention the ridiculous thing with Jasper.
No reason.
Yeah, like he's like, I can give Rosalie my side of the story. I can be like, babe, you should have been there. I was so good.
Feel my arm, feel it? Like that was wrapped around him. Times two!
Yeah.
Both of them!
Emmett looked down at Bella's wan face, her fractured leg. A deep swell of fraternal affection and concern washed over him. She's such a good kid. Rose is gonna have to get over this, he thought to himself.
Pronto!
Aw. He's like looking at Bella like, aw, little sis.
I also think it's funny though, because like he doesn't even know her.
He barely knows Bella. He just knows that she's cool with them being vampires. And so he's like, whoa, like, she's so good.
Yeah.
Very nice friend.
There's a vibe. I don't know. Like
I don't know. I'm just getting like
good vibes. Good vibes. What's
vibes.
your sign, Bella?
Yeah, what's your sign? I bet, well, we know Bella's a Virgo, but...
Oh, do we?
Yeah, Bella's a Virgo.
Oh,
Bella's a Virgo. Alice's brow was furrowed. She thought through her chores and looked at the consequences of all the hundreds of choices she had made.
Was it hundreds?
Maybe.
I don't know.
There are little choices we didn't go through, like choosing to shop at the Gap is certainly a choice.
And
certainly
choosing
a choice.
choosing not to ask Rosalie for help was like,
Yeah, I guess.
all right, fine.
Fine.
I'm fine.
Fine.
It was hundreds. You win.
Okay.
Whatever.
Had she caught everything? Had any detail slipped her mind? Everything was fine. Or it would be. Well done, Alice, I whispered approvingly.
Alice finally got what she's always wanted. Edward's approval.
Edward's approval. He's like, you have proven yourself useful, errand boy.
Yes.
One day you shall earn your seat beside me.
Yes. But someday, I promise. I promise.
But for now, your apprenticeship has proven useful.
Yes. Now, anyway, bend down so I can put my feet up. She smiled.
Jasper pulled up to the emergency room, keeping his distance from the camera on this side of the entrance, looking for our shade. I adjusted my grip on Bella and prepared to go through it all again for the first time. Those are the chores. They are done. You can cross them off the list.
Cute.
And now all we have to worry about is just like getting Bella better.
Seamless. Flawless.
Great job, guys. And specifically Alice, like hats off to you, bitch, because like Edward's been telling you to stay out of it the whole time and like could not have done this without you. Alice like is really deserves
They
more
wouldn't
credit.
be able to do anything without her. She, yeah,
No.
Alice honestly is the unsung hero of the Twilight Saga.
Thank God for Alice. Like, you did it, bitch.
Thank you,
Great job.
Haney.
Thank you.
A girl's girl.
A girl's girl. If Edward won't tell you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that's chapter 27. Chores! Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting.
Yeah. Thanks for your support. And we're just always excited to be back here every Monday.
Every Monday for a couple more chapters.
Thanks, guys.
Stay tuned. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Mwah.